Hello YouTube friends, Alicia here with the video of a music junk journal flip through. So I finally got my other phone charged, so this video should be a little bit better quality. It's much easier to record on this camera. A, there's no crackling effects with the video, and B, the camera is not in the middle of the phone. So it's much easier to set up my phone. Okay, so this is a music junk journal that I've made for my friend Tyra. She loves to write and she loves music, so I basically just made this a writing journal with a music theme. It is from a vintage German book, with an old, I believe, music book. I cannot remember, but it would have been like early 1900s that I got it in, and so it was in really nice shape. I just put metal corners on, and I get these corners from AliExpress. You can also get corners from Butterbee Scraps on Etsy. I have gotten lots of stuff from her. However, I preference things like AliExpress because of the cost and because I go through a lot of them, and with the shipping of metal in Canada, it's outrageous. But as far as the States ladies go, she has fantastic prices, and it was when I was shipping to the States, even though she was Canadian, the pricing was great. Anyways, let's get into the journal. I'm going to point out right away, you're going to see that this piece on the bottom is longer. I do not know what happened. Well, I mean, I do know what happened. My pages weren't lined up right, but I'm not sure how that happened. Anyways, so it is just the pamphlet stitch binding, and I did it with waxed linen. That's the word I'm looking for. The back is plain. It is textured, the book, and I like that. Full book in frame here. There we go. So I credit to That's Just Penny on Etsy, I believe. She designed this digital kit for me. I do not know if it is in the shop, but she has lots of wonderful things in her shop as well. I feel like I'm advertising for Etsy companies. I am really not. But yes, if you like this kit, go ahead and check out her shop. She has lots of wonderful things. The other place that I got my digitals from is the Graphics Fairy, and I have a 1-year membership. So these are some of the ones that I do pay to get. Anyways, so the inside is just paper from the kit and some paper tape and trim. This paper here that I backed it with is from the Graphics Fairy, and so is this lined paper. This is Graphics Fairy. This is just something I had in my stash. This is an altered paper clip, and these are all backed onto a heavy cardstock. And then I just, altered paper clips, and they are made, not sure this is videoing very well. They are made with paper from the Graphics Fairy once again. Just a little journaling card tucked in here. This is just some paper I had taken apart from a school planner, and I sprayed it with homemade glimmer mist. Some scrapbook paper. I was playing with my brother's scanning cut, so I added a border. These are also vintage music books that I have. I think this is vintage ledger. I don't remember. I do have some vintage and some non-vintage. Some just a decoration. It is very plain, like normal. I did not want, well, I wanted to decorate it more actually, but because she loves to write, I know how it is. You don't want to try and write over super decorated pages because it doesn't work very well. This is more scrapbooking paper I just had in my stash. This is a wax bag. It's not decorated, obviously. This is a paper it's from the graphics fairy, but I just designed it. I altered the colors and things like that. I'm learning to do some computer stuff. This was sprayed, and because I sprayed it with an alcohol ink, well, I don't know if it's because I'm sure any ink would do this, but alcohol spray, it bled through and it looked really pretty. Some vintage music paper, sheet music. That is from the graphics fairy. This is a tag that I have made. Deli Girl, 1961 or 67. I don't remember. Sorry. It's Cheryl. Anyways, has wonderful tutorial on how to make these tags. I made mine with metal tape, and then it's just plain on the back. Just an envelope. Or the back of the bag. There's nothing in it, and I just opens all the way up. I did not want a bunch of leftover scraps, so I tried to put them in my journal. I don't know about you guys, but I hate having scraps of paper, and I have so much of it. Very plain. Like I said, it's the kind of journal I like to use. The journal I write in right now is completely plain. I don't think there's even any pockets in it. And I did make it. This one is from Graphics Fairy. I did make it and I do love it. So when I say a journal, when I do things like smashbooking style, then I don't want my journals necessarily completely plain. But I'm just talking for like personal journaling. Another altar paper clip with the tab at the top. Ledger cutoff sheets. Piece of cardstock. This was just on my table, so I put it in because I thought the colors went okay. And some lace on the edges. I do lace on the edges because I do not like to trim down all my pages, but I do not like the cover page being shorter than the pages inside the book. So, and I like the look of lace. You guys know that. I love lace, but it's mostly because I'm lazy. Let's be honest. I like this page. And some of them are pretty dark for writing on, but because I did not coffee dye, she can add pictures and things like that. And it won't wreck it. This is just another piece of random scrapbooking paper. I have a bunch of loose sheets of scrapbooking paper, and so if I need just a couple sheets, I go through that first, just to use that up. This stuff is King Company, though. Another border. I'll go through it a little bit faster. I want that page. The first and second signature are not the same as far as the pages go. I did not want them the same, and they're not even necessarily in the same order. The only thing that's the same is the number of pages. That opens up. There's nothing in it. This was something that Thrifty Lou sent me. Oops, and this completely opens up both ways. I just attached it. I have a box on my table with random scraps and die cuts, and I had this in there. It wasn't a journal she made me, but I didn't end up using it in that journal. Just a tag. Back of the wax envelope. Another altar paper clip. tags are so pretty. I do have more tags printed out, and I might stick them in here just because I did print them for this book, and last thing I need is more printables that I'm not using. I like the look of the tape, it just adds to the page. It's completely flat. I really like this paper. I think it's my mind's eye, don't quote me on that. It was just one random sheet that I had. And this is the other tag I did. If you guys want more of a detailed tutorial on this, I can tell you what I did, but like I said, Cheryl does have a fantastic tutorial, and she does a far better job of that kind of thing than I do. And that is the back, and then the back cover, and the back of the journal. And like I said, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I am not so happy with that at the bottom, and it does not affect the way it stands, it just affects the way I see the journal. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Any questions or comments, leave them below.